What's up, everybody? Welcome in for another unboxing, and this one is going to be a Masterverse Mattel Creations. You can tell from the special box here, this is the shipper box, but we are going to be getting a Horde Trooper. So let's go ahead and get him pulled out of the box, or out of the shipping box anyway. And then we'll see, here's his outer box. Get the Horde Trooper with the helmet off. It looks like we're going to get a head sculpt under there. There's another look with the helmet on. Looks like we're going to get a big old sword. Side. More troopers on the side. These would be cool to army build if you could get your hands on a lot of them. Horde Trooper, evil enforcer of Hordak. The evil Horde Empire spreads across the decimated remains of New Eternia like a virus. Hordak commands his legions of Horde Troopers to attack and take all as prisoners, each destined for the Fright Zone. These pitiable souls are then mind wiped, brainwashed, and retained as Horde Troopers, perpetuating the cycle until Hordak rules the entire planet. Get a little picture here. We got the Horde symbol. Really cool picture. Close up of that Horde symbol. Then we got some artwork here. Pull that out, and you can see the actual figure. Some really cool artwork here that comes on the other side of the card. The Horde Troopers, what you saw when we very first opened it up, but then on the other side of that you've got this really cool background, so you can kind of set him in front of this like a diorama type situation if you want to do something like that. As far as the Horde Trooper goes, it looks like he is tied in here with these thicker style ties. He does come with a box of accessories, so I'm going to go ahead and get all of that stuff pulled out of the box, and then we'll take a closer look. All right, we got them all pulled out of the pack. It looks like he does come with one big red staff. Really cool. It's got like a bat-like dinosaur pterodactyl type thing here on the top. Really cool there. And then he does come with this big giant sword. I like this a lot. This is awesome. It's pretty firm. Really good detail on there. We got the little Horde emblem here. This is going to be really cool to pose him up. He's a very big character. And then this piece here, I'm guessing, goes on his back, and you're going to be able to put one of his weapons in there, maybe the sword or maybe the staff. It looks like it's going to click right in there. So let's go ahead and turn him around. Yep, I'm guessing it's going to plug into these two holes. See if we can get this done one-handed. There we go. Does the sword fit? Looks like the sword will fit if you want to plug the sword in there, in case you don't want him to be carrying it. And it looks like his staff will fit in there as well. Really cool. You guys know I'm a big fan of when the accessories can mount on the figures. So let's go ahead and get right into this guy. As I saw when we first pulled him out of the box, he does have the drop down hips. I've got him pulled down. They're making him extra tall right now. We'll go ahead and spread his arms out to the side here, but we can push his hips back up in there. We'll make him a little bit shorter, but even so, it's not very much. These here don't look like they're meant to move, and I feel like they're getting weak as I move them, so I wouldn't try to bend those up or move them out of the way. They look like they are supposed to be like that. We do have a little bit of movement here. I guess we do. We've got the full, there's like a ball joint right here, and we can spin there. Do we have double? Looks like we have a big single jointed knee. Single jointed ankle there. It does go back and forth that way, and it can twist. So that's really cool. As far as the arms, they can go up to about here, and then this top piece of armor seems to be hindering it from going any farther, but it can twist all the way around. And then it does have a single jointed elbow, as you can see here, so it bends a little less than 90 degrees. The hand can rotate all the way around, and it can flex in and back at the wrist. And these are going to mimic each other on both sides. At least that's how they tend to do normally on these Masterverse characters. I'll bring in a couple other characters just to kind of go over scale with him, and maybe bring in Hordak to kind of compare with him. But let's try and get his helmet pulled off here. Now, I think you do just turn it and pull, and then there's that little head in there that we saw. It can look up, down. He can look to the left. He can look to the right. Looks pretty cool. What do we got as far as this? Does this armor come off, I wonder? It feels like it comes off. But does it? Give me just a second. We're going to go off camera and see what happens. All right, so there he is with that top piece of his armor pulled off of him, and it did just plug in here and here on the shoulders. I'll show you that again here in just a little bit. And there is a closer look at his helmet, and this looks to be translucent. Yeah, that is yellow see-through, so you can't see my finger in there. Really cool. And this does spin around on top as well. Let's see how it does not. It's not going to work once you take that other piece off. You're not going to be able to just have the Horde helmet on or the Trooper like this. It doesn't appear to quite want to stay that way. But that is just giving us a better look at the head sculpt on this guy. Really cool. And I like the red that we've got here. Allow you to do some customs. You could take that off. You could put some other heads in here. Maybe have a bunch of these goblin-like heads. But let's go ahead and get him pulled back into view there. And we're going to try comparing him size-wise with Hordak. I just want to get his other armor piece put back on. So this should just snap right down over top of his head. And then there are two plugs on the shoulders that it snaps right into. And that gives it the amount of lift that you need there to then fit this helmet on. And it can turn, as you can see, all the way around. So you get a little bit of like different ways to look with that helmet while it's on there. Let's go ahead and get him pulled back, and let's pull in Hordak and just see how they kind of compare. So you can see size-wise, Hordak is significantly shorter than the Horde Trooper inside all of his armor there. A really cool setup. Really glad to have this guy added to the set and to the little Horde set. I have a little Horde set up in my little section of characters dedicated just to Horde figures. There's a few of them that have not come out yet in Masterverse that I'm really looking forward to. So I hope you guys know who they are. Mantenna being my #1 pick, but hopefully they'll get him brought out in the Masterverse variation pretty soon. I think that'll be really cool with the 4 legs. We haven't seen that yet in the Masterverse. So here is Hordak standing next to the Horde Trooper, and as you can see, they are quite a bit different in size. I'm going to go ahead and do the head swap, put the Hordak head on here, if it will fit, and go ahead and see what that looks like. So here's a look at that Horde Trooper with the Hordak head on. Now, it did fit with the neck shroud piece that goes with Hordak, the action figure, but it doesn't really, you have to push down hard, and if you mess with it too much, turning it right and left, it will pop off. It does fit a little better if you put it on there without the neck collar piece that we're used to seeing with Hordak. There's just a lot more space in there, so it does snap into place a lot better. We'll give you a little bit better look at that. You can see how it kind of fits down inside. Another one we'll do just real quick to check it out, because we happen to have the head sitting here where we can look at it, is we'll do a He-Man slash Prince Adam head. And that one actually fits best of all. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the original animated cartoon series from the 80s, but there was one episode, at least one episode, where He-Man did acquire some Horde Trooper armor. So there he is. We kind of get a little look at that, and I feel like it fits really nice in there. I might have to get a couple more of these Horde Troopers, maybe two more. Just have a total of three of them. We'll do one with the complete armor set, one with the little kind of vampire Nosferatu looking head, and then maybe do one with a different head or a look different way. Maybe have the chest armor pulled off, something like that. But it's looking really cool with the He-Man head on there, I have to admit. Or I guess that's Prince Adam. There he is, all set up and ready for battle. Again, I think this guy's really cool. Really happy to add him to the collection of my Horde. This Horde Trooper, just phenomenal. Like I said, he's so great. I do want to get a few more of them, at least two more of them. Hopefully they're still up for sale on Mattel Creations. It was a Mattel Creations exclusive. If not, then it's going to be probably a pretty penny on eBay, and I may not end up with those extra ones like I really want to. But I feel like three to five of them would be a really good number. I feel like an odd number of them would really kind of set it off and help play up an army building situation. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. We'll throw Hordak back in there with him. What do you guys think of this super awesome, in my opinion, Horde Trooper? Do you feel like he's super awesome? Is he worth the money? Actually, he was a really, really fair price on Mattel Creations, so I definitely think he's worth the money. He's a 10 out of 10. He's a 3 thumbs up for me. He's not as heavy as what I thought he would be, but he's definitely not cheap or feel like he's going to break. He's definitely a excellent figure. I'm overly happy with him, more than what I expected, and I give this guy a full recommendation. So if you don't have him picked up yet, you should definitely find one if you can and scoop him up for a good deal. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to tell some of you love him. Have a blessed day, and we'll see you in the next one.